We good? I think
Yep.
so. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you talking with me.
Yeah.
It's obviously been, a pretty crazy few weeks here
Yeah.
season. Now that it's, come to an end, I guess what are just your emotions right now?
It's kind of all over the place. It's obviously sad to see my season and my basketball career be done, but I'm really grateful for the past 4 years and honestly just being able to play this year. We didn't even know if we were going to be able to play. So at the end of the day, I'm just really grateful for the opportunities I got while I was here and even just being able to play this year.
I know talking to coach kind of coming into this game, we knew that their defense was pretty difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Just from your perspective, what was it like going up against that press?
Going up against the press was kind of hectic, I would say. They're kind of all over the place. They always put up a lot of pressure, but I think we figured it out towards the end that you have to pass through it, not dribble. They always have a great press, but I think we figured it out towards the end that it was switching the courts and passing it up instead of dribbling through it.
Yeah, was it one of those things where it's like you just kind of run out of time?
Yeah, you just got to get it across half court.
I think we kind of expected that part, but then the 3-point shooting from them was maybe a bit more surprising.
Yeah. Whitewater's a great team and they always have been. So they showed up tonight. They put the pressure on for the playoff game. So you have to respect that. But we needed to answer and we hit some shots at the end, but they showed up tonight. So they were hitting their shots.
And you mentioned that, so this is going to be the end for you when it comes to, I assume you already have plans for post-college, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just with this being the setting, I'm guessing it's just really strange. I assume not.
Yeah, it's never what you really imagined. Like growing up, you didn't think like you'd end your basketball career like this, just on like a half a season. But I'm just grateful we got to play because a lot of sports did get canceled this year. So I'm just grateful that we had the opportunity to get some games in, and it ended on a good note, like personally. So I'm pretty happy. But I wish we could have gone all the way to the conference championship game. But I have a great team, so I'm grateful for that.
I guess what's it been like, just the bonding of this team over these last few weeks?
Yeah, we had so many practices at the beginning of the year. We all just got really close, and it made it super fun. So I would say it's one of the most fun seasons I've had in the past 4 years, just because we spent so much time together and really got to know everyone. So I had a really fun season this year.
I think that's all the questions that I have for you. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Congratulations on the season.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
Yep. Do you need anything else, Joe?
Yep. We'll leave it on for coach.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay.
Jack, you can start with your questions there if you're ready. Jack, are you frozen? Oh.
I'm kind of coming in and out. Can you hear me? Let's see.
Yes, now we can hear you.
I'm gonna. Can you hear me? Can you guys? For Coach, I know this is obviously not the way you hope that this ends. So I guess, after all these tough weeks, okay, what kind of are your emotions now that this has come to an end?
Well, more than anything, it's hard for it to come to an end just because you we have been together through such tough times. It's different than other years. We've been through it together, this whole thing, just since October 15th. And so it's been behind the scenes. We've been a family. We've helped each other through tough times. And the 2 hours that we've been together every day for practice and games have been a bit of joy. And so that's, I think, what's really hard about it is, it's an ism that you hear from coaches all the time, but it's different this year. This is really a special group because it's real life stuff that we're getting through right now. And I've had great teams. This is one of them. We just didn't, play as well as we could have tonight. And credit to Whitewater, they did. But we've played some really, really good basketball this year under really tough conditions. We end on kind of a sad note, but really just looking at the year, it was really a special year.
I know we talked at the end of last game. You kind of knew what to expect, especially defensively from Whitewater. I'm guessing that does not make it easier to deal with, just knowing when you're in that, that's a totally different thing.
Well, really, if you look at the stats, I mean, it's the points, second chance points that really hurt us the most. Both teams turned it over the same amount. The points off our turnovers are almost even. We both scored the same amount from the free throw line. They hit 10 threes. And they right now in the league are, we were one of the top 3-point shooting teams and they were in the lower part. We didn't shoot it well tonight. They did. Credit to them. They had to take a long bus ride and, hit shots that they really haven't consistently hit like that all year. And that's what you do in the playoffs is you rise to the occasion. So their post players have been, they're consistent, really good scorers. And I thought our interior defense was good tonight. It was the second shots. And a lot of the 3-point shots that they hit were off of an offensive board that they kicked out. So I really like looking at the stat sheet. It's the 3-point shooting. It's the shooting percentage from both teams, and really they just got way too many second shots.
Yeah, when you mentioned, I noticed the 3-point shooting too. Obviously, much different than what I expected from them. You mentioned the kickouts for baskets. Was it mostly that they were getting?
They got second, third, sometimes fourth opportunities off of offensive boards. And that was a key to our game plan, that we really had to make sure if they're taking long shots that we don't give them those second opportunities. They battled. They also got to the free throw line quite a bit off of that. And we had our runs where we had chances to crawl back in, and we either just didn't hit the key shot to get us back in. We turned it over a couple of times. But we haven't shot like that all year. We've really shot well. And so we just couldn't shoot our way out of it tonight. And we've been able to sometimes, maybe when we started slow, shoot our way out. We just couldn't tonight.
Katie mentioned that she's not going to come back. I don't know what kind of the situation is with all your seniors with the weird situation we are in right now. But just this class, do you know what the future is? And just
we did senior night. All 3 of them were honored on their senior night. All 3 of them have their future plans locked in. They'll all graduate. I just told the group, if you want to know what senior leadership looks like and 3 great human beings, that's my seniors. And the leadership that they showed through this was just phenomenal. And the thing that they've passed on to my younger players is what it looks like. And that's something I think that's going to make them great in the world. You look at KDS and I've been telling people this, last year she wasn't even all conference honorable mention. She's been one of our best defensive players in my program, in the history of the program. But what she did this year as a senior and how she elevated, I believe she, is someone who should be considered for player of the year in the conference. Maisie Deal transferred into our program, went through a really tough injury last year and had a phenomenal senior year when she really was able to settle in and, get used to our system. Caitlin Morgan went through 2 season-ending knee injuries, one in high school, one here, came back off of that and played that role of that culture person and that person who was going to teach and really help Jessie and just really behind the scenes was my go-to coach. And so can't ask more out of my seniors, but I have seniors who, they graduate, they're ready to move on, they're going to be successful in life, and that's what we do here. And so I'm proud of them. We're going to miss them, but that's what I want them to be able to do.
I'm sure every one of your teams are special to you, but I feel like there's something different about what you guys have had to go through together over these past few months that I know maybe makes this group stand out.
Yeah, I just can't. From the outside looking in, I don't know if people really can understand what we've gone through to make this happen. Testing 3 times a week, really almost isolating yourself so that you can stay, able to play. The college students not really having even a college experience because you need to isolate yourself so much so that you can stay, healthy. That's tough. It's tough physically, it's tough mentally. And then what you do is you lean more on those people that you see every day. And just coming into the gym, I know it's changed me as a coach. I was just happy to see my players every day. And my whole intent this whole season was to make this the best part of their day. And I need to express my thanks to Dan Schumacher and to Robin Baker because they did so much behind the scenes to allow us to have this. And they believe so much in our student athletes and how much athletics means in their lives that's really what we talked about after the game was over, that this could have not even been an opportunity back on October 15th. So we've really been blessed to take this journey. But I do want everybody to know and to understand you have college students that have been under extreme circumstances and have handled it so well and been so mature and been so good to each other that it's something that's going to really make them strong in life. But I have to be honest that it's been a tough road, and it's one that it'll be one of my best teams ever.
Well, I think that's all the questions that I had. I really appreciate all the time that you've taken over this season and obviously sharing, this tough stuff that you've had to go through here. So I appreciate
you sharing our story, and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to my players too. It's a great experience for them, and I appreciate the journey. And all of you have been a part of that journey too, in the fact that I think people from the outside needed to know this. Our fans missed us. They've been a big, big part of our program, the parents. And so I think you've been able to continue that word, and people have relied on you. And so I appreciate you following this journey with us.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure we'll be, the next season will be coming around sooner.
Can't get here soon enough. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you again. All right. Stay safe.
Thank you, Tanya.
Thanks, Jill. Have a good night.
You too.